peace and love. Let's get into it.
We have got Dax. God, can you hear me? This video contains a graphic discussion of unaliving. Some viewers may find difficult to watch. Please view at your own discretion. Okay. Alright, it looks like we're starting the stream off with some heavy subject matter here. So just a little disclaimer. If this is something that is like particularly sensitive to you right now for whatever reason, maybe want to skip past this one. But let's see what's going on. I think it's a very, very, very important topic to discuss, and as you know, we always get into all kinds of conversations on this stream, so everything is welcome within reason. So let's get into it. This is Dax. God, can you hear me?
Out of the depths I cry to you. Lord, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to my cry for mercy. God, can you hear me? I'm silently screaming, I can't let it show on my face. My addictions are beating me down. I bottle the mold and I chase. I'm at war with the man that I am. The man who I was doesn't relate to the man that I'm trying to become, who can carry all this weight. I struggle expressing emotion. I'm lonely with people around. I'm losing the fight with depression. My head is somewhere in the clouds. I'm broken and searching for peace, but it's nowhere to be found. I'm not ashamed to say I need you right now. God, can you hear me? I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, barely breathing, covered and soaked in my blood. I'm broken, I'm weak, can't stand on my feet. I'll give you my all, just answer me please. God, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Really powerful opening verse there, and I love to see rap used as a kind of as a medium to express real emotions and real feelings. It's such a great kind of medium for that, because you can get so many words and you can be so direct and so clear with rap. You're able to use so many more words generally than you can with singing, so you're able to express things kind of in a deeper level. You can go a bit further with it, I think. Sometimes singing obviously has its other merits as well, you know what I mean, kind of emotion that you can put in, and using poetry, you can say a lot with a little with singing. With this song, it's it's impactful, isn't it? And he's touching on a load of things there that are all kind of very relatable, and just all the kind of the cycle, you know what I mean, that he's talking about here, where depression and addiction and these kind of hurting yourself kind of thing, how each of these things feeds into the other and creates a loop that you're stuck going around, and that loop essentially is a vortex going down the drain, you know what I mean? And until you can break yourself out of that loop, like the final destination is down the hole, you know. I'm really feeling that from his words there.
Today's the day I finally bow and give you my all. I fought against temptation, but it's getting too strong. I'm a slave to my flesh, and my bones have been broken by casted stones. So I'm crying out and praying that your grace can catch my fall. I can't see down this road, so I'm walking by faith. The shackles they've placed on my feet will not break. I'm weak and I need strength. The blood you shed and gave to wash all these stains on my spirit away. God, can you hear me? I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, barely breathing, covered and soaked in my blood. I'm broken, I'm weak, can't stand on my feet. I'll give you my all, just answer me please. God, can you hear me? Can you hear me? And if you can, could you show me a sign? Give me something to grab, a glimmer of hope. I'm right on the edge of the mountain of grief, and my sin is a slippery slope. I'm fighting with demons, they're pulling me under. I'm barely staying afloat. I swam to religion, needed connection, but the location's remote. An island of truth sustained by beautiful lies. They dress it in tolerance, alter the words to fit in with modern day times. They painted your picture, left out details, scribbled and blurred all the lines. If I'm made in your image, then why do I hate it when I look myself in the eyes? God, you hear me? My pain is speaking. Show me you love me. I want to see it, touch it, hear and feel it. I'm dying to live. What is my purpose? How do I go about seeking it? It's hell on earth. It's so, I think I'm knee deep in it. I walk through the valley of shadow of death. The devil haunts and counts my steps. I believe that you exist. I just hate the hand I'm dealt. I'm tired, I'm sick. God, I'm begging, I need help. Heal my body, soul, and mind. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. God, can you hear me? I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, barely breathing, and covered and soaked in my blood. I'm broken, I'm weak, can't stand on my feet. I'll give you my all, just answer me please. God, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I'm so glad they've ended it with this. It says, if you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis, help is always available. Call or text 986, was that 988? To reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. You are not alone. A really, really, really powerful message in that video. And the kind of ending sentiment of it, of speaking to someone. I'm so glad that the jump and everything was kind of reversed and turned around, and it's almost like showing that that's what he was on the verge of rather than that's what happened. But before that could happen, there's a conversation to be had that can change that potential outcome, you know. And there's so many things that can drive a human being to such desperations. A lot of the time, I think it's I think a lot of it stems from the pressures of modern society and the pressures of on like money, you know what I mean, being able to provide and tying up your worth in that, and feeling like you're failing to provide or failing to sort of just under so much pressure that you just can't handle it. Or a big one as well, relationships ending and heartbreak, and there's so many things that can lead to that final outcome. But all of those things, it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem, isn't it? And the most important thing I think we can do as a society is keep on pushing that it is a strength and not a weakness to be open about what you're going through. And it's not, because so many people think that like crying is embarrassing, and that showing like vulnerability is a weakness, or and it's not the case, and it's the strongest thing you can possibly do, because it's hard, it's scary, and you can only be brave when you're scared, right? Like, that is the only time an act of bravery can happen, is when you're afraid to do something that's difficult. If something's easy, that's not brave. That's just doing something you find easy. Fine, no bravery involved in that. But talking about your feelings, and I think especially in a society where you may feel like that you grew up in a way that it's not okay to express your feelings, that's incredibly hard to do, and so it takes great bravery. So we need to keep talking about that. You know what I mean? Louise says, big responsibility handed to you to say something to support people there, Dan. I'm sorry. Oh, it's okay. Yeah. Jay says, even harder if you don't have someone you feel like you can open up to, feeling alone. I mean, that's exactly it, isn't it? And I think the most kind of, the word toxic thing about these kinds of thoughts, because I think that everybody has had them to some extent. I think other people are wired differently, and some people are more predisposed to those things, right? And you see it from childhood. I think there are certain kids who lash out, and there are certain kids who kind of lash in. You know what I mean? Like the kids who hit themselves and stuff. When they get upset, they get angry. They're angry at themselves, and those people are kind of more wired to kind of be more hard on themselves in that way, and kind of turn things inward. Yeah, and it's really, really, really complicated. And but the thing about it is, I think if you're in that state of mind, if you're kind of in that place, there's something in your brain convincing you that you deserve it, and convincing you that not to talk to anybody, that nobody else is going through it, nobody else understands, it's entirely your issue, and that nobody else is going through what you're going through. And I think that's kind of a voice that comes part of the package of self-destruction that prevents people from talking to people. And I think that that's why it's so important to be openly vocal and openly talking about things. You know what I mean? Like, to just in conversation, to be willing to admit to a friend, I was feeling like this the other day, really, really dark day for me, and they might hear that and go, oh, you go through the same shit I go through. I thought that was just me. You like, you have no idea the impact that could have of just being open and honest with people around you. And if anybody is kind of negative about that, as Pyrola says, I remember a stream I watched when someone mentioned some celebrity had taken their life, and the streamer went on to talk about what a selfish thing that was. I unfollowed the stream and left. Well, I think that was the right move, Pyrola, because that's somebody clearly with very little life experience, very little empathy, and very, very, very little understanding of the whole situation. And people like that, honestly, are a big part of the problem. Yeah. Jay says, well, he even said his addictions were killing him so often. They're altered and driven to bleak thoughts. And yeah, and that's kind of what I was saying about the cycle of it. You know what I mean? Because addiction, typically people don't get addicted to drugs because they're happy. You know what I mean? Because life's going great. It's just like, you know what? I've got everything I need. I'm really, really happy. I've got great friends around me that I can talk to. I'm in a wonderful relationship. I'm going to go score some smack. It doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's it's a bit of a chicken and egg sometimes. I think there can be times where people, you know, find themselves, it starts out as a fun thing to do at parties, and then can develop into something else. Not smack, of course, but like, you know, things get stronger, right? But yeah, I think it's all connected, and I think that addiction is kind of, it's a disease in a sense, and it needs to be kind of treated as such. Jackfly says, I think everyone has passing thoughts of if it'd be better if I wasn't here, but maybe for most that's as far as it goes, but for some it's a lot more complex. Yeah, well said, Jackfly. Sorry, I don't know if I read your name as Parola then, I'm not sure. I think you've got the same colour on my screen. Jay says, that was my brother for me. I still vent to him in my head. Yeah, that's really powerful, Jay. Yeah, it's all about dialogue, isn't it? Internal or external. Louise says, lovely Ren fan I follow on YouTube whose teenage daughter took her life, and some of the comments in his videos talking about it were just awful, hateful. It's hard. Lots of support too, though. Yeah. Parola says, yeah, no one wants to hurt their loved ones like that, but sometimes it just feels like the only road to take, especially if you feel like everyone else would be better off without you. So saying it's selfish is just insanity. Well, it's complete. There's a lot of people out there who, in a sense, as much as I'm saying kind of everybody experiences this to some degree, I have met many people in life who have zero connection to mental health issues at all. They just haven't had them, and they may have had a really hard life. No kind of issue. Never thought of any dark thoughts. Just sounds pretty nice. But then you hear a lot of those people comment on things like this, and it's like, you have no reference point to this whatsoever, do you? And therefore you really should not speak on it, because you don't realize the damage you're doing. It's something you just have to be incredibly sensitive and yeah. And yeah. People who are kind of making fun or taking joy in somebody losing their life are people who are not worth engaging with, responding to, giving any attention whatsoever. So let's just move on like they don't even exist, shall we? Jackfly says, I'm so proud of what the community has brought in to drown out those negative ones. So this is Matt, is it? I'm not familiar with Matt. I'll have to check out his stuff. Parola says, hugs for those who want and need them. Yeah, absolutely. Sending love to everybody, and I hope that everybody here today is feeling good and in a good space. And if you're not, I'm really sorry, and just know that you need to just please try and reach out and talk to somebody who you feel safe with, and be open, let it out, you know. Okay, so that was Dax. God, can you hear me? Beautiful piece of art right there. Very, very, very important conversations to be had.